Right, everybody, Red Review episode 6 now, I think it is. We'll be talking about three main topics. Ten Hag replacements, Ruben AMORIM, someone who's been looked at. The latest on MAINOO and AMAD's new contract. So let's start off by talking about Ruben AMORIM to Manchester United. Manchester United have earmarked Sporting Lisbon manager Ruben AMORIM as a potential candidate to replace Erik ten Hag. Now, obviously, he's been someone who is doing a very, very good job, has previously been linked to the Manchester United manager role, and he's talked about how happy he is at Sporting Lisbon. Now, a very, very good manager, plays some very, very good football with Sporting, and they're doing very, very well in the league. They're top of the Portuguese league, and they do play a very, very good brand of football. I think, obviously, he needs that role. Obviously, a lot of pressure has come on Ten Hag, and a lot of new managers has been linked. I mean, this week alone, we've had Thomas Tuchel, Southgate's been thrown out there, Ruben AMORIM. So one of the main reasons why Ten Hag didn't get sacked last week was the fact that we didn't know a replacement for him. Now, obviously, AMORIM, someone who has been talked about as a potential replacement, and someone who a lot of Manchester United fans have actually talked about as being a replacement for Ten Hag if he does go. Now, obviously, Thomas Frank has been someone who's talked about as a serious figure to replace Manchester United's next boss. Who will come into Manchester United? I have no idea. Like, the main candidates, I think the three right now are Ruben AMORIM. Thomas Tuchel looks like he's going to England, to the England job, but that could be a tactic to kind of get Manchester United to come into the race, so we'll have to wait and see in that. But AMORIM is one of the managers that Red Devils continue to admire amid a slow start to Ten Hag's third season in charge, which sees United sitting in 14th in the Premier League after 7 games, marking their worst start in the top flight campaign in 35 years. The Dutchman has been seemingly avoided the sack for now, with Manchester United bosses not informing Ten Hag of any updates regarding his future following a 7-hour board meeting on Tuesday. However, another string of poor results could prove to be the final straw for the former Ajax boss, who now faces a more favourable schedule to try and turn things round, starting with the home clash in Brentford on October 19th. Ruben AMORIM is on Manchester United's radar to come in, so listen, let's see. Certainly a very, very interesting coach and got very, very good philosophies. It's not kind of out of the blue that Manchester United are looking for a new manager. Like, that's obvious, you can see that, but they just don't know who they're going to bring in, and that is another big decision to be the successor to Ten Hag. Now, obviously, Ten Hag, someone who's faced a lot of scrutiny on Manchester United due to his poor performances, and rightly so. It's our worst start to the league in 35 years. Poor start, we haven't conceded many goals, we don't really get to see an identity, but he's got a few games to kind of revive his career at Manchester United, if you want to say that. He's got, let me check what the next games are. Manchester United. So our next games are, we got Brentford on the 19th of October, so next Saturday. Brentford, then Fenerbahce away, tough game. West Ham at home. Leicester City in the Carabao Cup, 4th round, I think. Quarter-final, round of 16, whatever you want to call it. And then Chelsea. So they are big 5 games for Manchester United. Brentford, Fenerbahce, West Ham, Leicester, and Chelsea. 3 of those games at home, 2 of them away. Listen, you look at the games, Brentford, they're a team on great form, and they could, like they did a couple of seasons ago, absolutely batter us. They've got some very good informed players. Fenerbahce is going to be tough, a very, very difficult atmosphere. United away form's been very, very poor. West Ham United, they're a team in good form, made a lot of signings, good players, can score goals, especially away from home. Again, United's been poor. Now, Leicester City, I don't think they've had a great start to the league, but still, in the form that United are in, I think any team can beat us now. We're at home, we should be winning that game. And then Chelsea, I mean, tough game. Listen, they may be inconsistent, but they can definitely put in performances, and they are starting to get some performances under Maresca. So it could be a big few games for Ten Hag to really kind of show what he can do for Manchester United. And it is big for him. If you lose these games, you're going to be talking about candidates like Ruben AMORIM, like Thomas Tuchel, and he will ultimately get sacked. But listen, all he must do is try and win these games. He's built a £200,000 wall in Carrington so no one can see his training sessions. Like, he's really got to get this team playing. if he wants to stay in the job. Now, there has been glimpses, though. I think some of the players that we've signed have been very, very good. I think Xerxes, listen, whether he's not scored goals, I think he's been a positive impact signing. Euro, obviously unfortunate with injury. I think Delit's made an okay start. Mazraoui's been good. Like, the signings have worked. We've got young players coming through as well. But we just must try and win these games, and that's something Erik ten Hag must do. He's got to get the players on the side. And I think listen, what do I think will happen at the next 5 games? I think we draw with Brentford. I think we beat Fenerbahce. I think we draw to West Ham, beat Leicester, and I think we can lose to Chelsea. So, listen, it could genuinely, the next 5 games can massively affect Ten Hag, and especially in the way that we play as well. It's all about the way that we play. But talking about RUBEN AMORIM, because that's kind of where this has led to, I wouldn't mind him coming to United, like if he wants a Premier League move. But listen, I'm not the expert. I'm not going to be talking about which manager should be coming. I can only give you my opinion on who I think should come in. But there's so many managers out there that's been linked. You've got Pochettino's been linked, Graham Potter's been linked, Nagelsmann, Hansi Flick, Thomas Tuchel, Southgate, RUBEN AMORIM. So whoever United decide to go to, it will be a lengthy decision, because they will, right now as time goes on, they will be looking at that new manager who will come in if Ten Hag eventually, or when he gets sacked. So listen, I think when he does, or if he does get sacked, they will have their replacement coming in and who they want to come in. So we'll have to wait and see what happens with that. But RUBEN AMORIM, certainly a very, very interesting manager, has a very, very good pedigree with Sporting, got some very, very good players, has been linked to the job before, but I think he said he's happy at Sporting. So let's see again if United go in for the second option. For the second time, will he make the offer, and will he go for it? We'll have to wait and see. But listen, let me know your thoughts. I'm going to move on talking about MAINOO and AMAD's contract before I wrap up the Red review. So, I want to talk about MAINOO and AMAD's contract. So, I'm going to start off by talking about MAINOO. It was coming in from Fabrizio Romano and some others. I think it was Stephen Brailston. That Kobbie Mainoo contract is getting closer to being signed at Manchester United. I don't know when his current contract runs out. I can have a look now. Kobbie Mainoo. It probably will. So, he's on Kobbie Mainoo. He is on 20 grand a week. He's got a contract until June 2027. So he's still got a few years left on his contract, but he's making 20 grand a week. Like, he's a player worth way more than that. I think he's probably a 60, 70k sort of player. He's a very, very good player. Deserves to be have a new contract at United. I think the start to his United career, talking from like last November-ish to now, has been fantastic. He's played a lot of football, but done a very good job. A very, very mature, quality midfielder who's had a lot to Manchester United. And listen, he might not have had the greatest starts of the season, but neither has the whole team. I think his qualities will shine throughout the season. He can score goals. He's a very, very smart player when he gets the ball. I think this new contract has been deserved. As I said, he's got 3 years left on his deal, but it probably come with a wage increase. Something like that. Like, yeah, he will have a new sort of bumper deal, showing the appreciation for him at the club, because ultimately one of our best midfielders, one of our best players to come through the academy in the last couple of years. You look what he's doing, playing for England at 17, 18 in a big tournament, bossing it in United's midfield, making the veterans look very, very, very poor. Like, he's just been utterly fantastic. So I can't really blame Kobbie Mainoo for maybe wanting a new contract. I don't think it's something that he's gone to really ask, but it's something that I think just needs to happen. It'd be really great to see him at the club for the rest of his career, which I think he will be. He's a Manchester United fan, academy player. And listen, you look at his impact in the team. In every game, whether it be Casemiro starting, Ugarte starting, Eriksen starting, Mount, whoever's in that midfield, you want Mainoo next to him, because he provides that technical ability, that ability in midfield. And yes, he has been hung up to dry in a few games this season, and yes, he's had a few poor games. But overall, you look at his whole season, he's played a lot of football. And you look at when he first came into the team, he was a young player with a lot of inexperience. But you look at the way that he started, and his career's gone on at Manchester United, for me, has been nothing but superb and spectacular, and a great great player with a lot more ability, potential to go on to be even better than he is currently now. He's 19 years of age. He's going to make mistakes. He's going to improve from them. But you look at what he's done so far. I think he's won Player of the Month, Goal of the Month. Like, it's insane what he's doing. And I think this new contract is kind of needed for his hard work, to recognise that, and for also for Manchester United fans, and for himself to give that bit of security at the football club. And yeah, listen, I can't wait to see what happens and what the future holds for Kobbie Mainoo, because he will be a fantastic player for us going forward. I'm sure of that. At 19, he's set the world alight. And yeah, that's really it. I just want to do a quick, most probably be 5-minute segment on Kobbie Mainoo and what the impact of him is at Manchester United. I think he's had such a good impact in that number 8 role, something that we've needed. You look at, we relied on players like Mount, Ericsson, who don't really do it week in, week out. Mainoo's a consistent player who can do it all the time. Yes, he might have dips in games, but you can always rely on him to put 100% effort in every single game that he plays. Well, the son, him, but every single game he plays for Manchester United. So this is why Kobbie Mainoo, for me, should be rewarded with that new contract, and I think it's come at a perfect time, marking a year since he's really flown onto the scene. It was about in November time, so just under a year. But yeah, wow, what a player Kobbie Mainoo is, and I think he will continue to shine. You look at all the young players that come through, it looks like Kobbie Mainoo is the next big talent at Manchester United. And what else do we say? Let me know your thoughts in the comments. Do you think Mainoo deserves a new contract? Because I certainly think he does. You look at what he's done, as I said, in such a short space of time. But yeah, I'm rambling on now. Let me know your thoughts. For the final part of the Red Review, I'm going to talk about another new contract, AMAD, and what that can mean for Manchester United. But thank you for watching. Hope you did enjoy this sort of segment talking about Kobbie Mainoo. If you are watching as a clip, don't forget to like, comment and subscribe as your way out. But Mainoo, wow, what a player he has become. And that news was really, really important for us to get it over the line, because we cannot afford to lose him. I don't think we will, but we can't. Thanks for watching. Peace. Final part of the Red Review now. I want to talk AMAD Diallo new contract. I just did a bit on Mainoo's contract. I want to talk about AMAD now. He's got a contract until June 2025. His contract's going to run out in the summer if Manchester United don't act quickly and kind of add him to that new list. I think AMAD's a player who deserves a new contract. We can't afford. He's another player, a crucial player for us. He's our most informed. I think he's our best right winger at the moment at the club. A very impactful player who has a lot of ability at this football club. He's young, he's raw. And you look at what United have been missing out on. AMAD Diallo is certainly that sort of player. He's fantastic on the ball. He's had a very good start to the season. He's worked hard. He's had the loans which have helped him. I think the fact that he's got 12 months left on his contract, the fact that United are getting closer to agreeing a deal is absolutely fantastic. His contract, obviously, as I just said, runs out in 2025, so we need to act quick, because in January we'll be able to speak to clubs for free. So I think United will get that contract signed, sealed and delivered before then. Very, very good player though, with a lot of potential. 22, 23. As I said, he's had loans. He came in from Atalanta as a very, very young player, but yeah, he's worked hard. As I said, he's probably better than Anthony. He can stay on the right-hand side. He makes an impact. Might not get goals and assists, but a very, very positive player. Defends well. Very, very strong. As I said, he's had 2 very good loans at Rangers and Sunderland, which have massively helped and developed his career. Ten Hag has put a lot of trust in him, but he's also had to work very, very hard. I think towards the end of last season, he had a very, very good part in the team. And towards the start of this season, he's had a very, very good impact as well. I remember one of the games, I think it was against Liverpool, even though we lost 3-0, he came on the pitch and in the 70th minute, he had the most touches in the box. Dribbling, insane control, very, very good goal. Had a great pre-season, and it's all about him kicking on. I would love him to stay at the club. I think you look at the attacking unit that we have, it's not the strongest, but we've got 3 very good players. For me, obviously we have others, but the 3 main ones are Anthony, Garnacho and Rashford. Sorry, AMAD, Rashford and Garnacho. With Anthony obviously being below, and the fact that AMAD has kind of made that right wing spot his own at points, it's been fantastic. You look at some of the games he's had this season. Brighton, where he scored that goal, was fantastic. Liverpool, as I said, pre-season games against Real Betis, he's just an excellent player, and for me, deserves this new contract so importantly. And obviously, it's a sign from Ineos that they want to keep him at the football club, and that's ultimately what he wants. He said he wants to stay at Manchester United, so it's brilliant when you have an ambitious player to kind of match that, and that ultimately is very, very important. So I don't want to ramble on for too long, but ultimately this being announced, hopefully it will get confirmed very, very soon. It's fantastic. It's coming in from Fabrizio about this new contract, so it is coming from reliable sources. I can't wait to see what happens with Amad, but the start he's had to the season has been fantastic, and I'm hoping he can go on. He's 23. He's had his loans, as I said. He's improved. He's going to mature. He still make mistakes, and he still will have those poor games. But it's all about, I think United is the right atmosphere for him to kind of develop, go on to be that next level sort of player that we need at this football club. So yeah, really, really happy with Amad. The contract is deserved, and United will ultimately give that to him. So yeah, that's the end of the Red Review episode 6 now, I think it is. We've been going for 6 weeks. Absolutely fantastic. I love the series. It's basically a new summary towards the end of the week. Obviously, we've got a big week coming up for United. We'll probably have some more clarification on Ten Hag, injuries, building up to that Brentford game next week as well, because that's a big game. Has a big impact on if Ten Hag will stay at the football club or not. And yeah, let's ultimately see what happens. We'll keep you up to date with all the news. We'll have videos throughout the week, previews, press conference reactions, and much, much more. But this has been the Red Review episode 6, talking RUBEN AMORIM. Check that out, that part at the start. MAINOO new contract, and AMAD Diallo new contract as well. So let's see what happens with that as things develop. We'll keep you up to date. But yeah, don't forget to like, comment and subscribe on your way out. And yeah, let me know your thoughts on the AMAD contract, on the MAINOO contract, on the new manager talk. Would you have RUBEN AMORIM, or would you bring in someone else? Would it be Tuchel on the Nagelsmann? So Solskjaer return, Hansi Flick? There could be a lot of managers who come in, so people will have their preferences on who they would like to come in. Do the job for Manchester United. But thanks for watching. Another one complete. Stay tuned. Subscribe. Peace.